Remember EverQuest 2? It launched way back in 2004, that's right, over 2 decades ago. This MMO aimed to drop you right into the fantasy world of Norath. And let me tell you, back then it was a huge deal. EverQuest 2 was known for its massive world. It was beautiful and dangerous, with something for everyone. You could be a brave warrior, a powerful mage, or even a sneaky rogue. The game was a huge success. It sucked in players for hours on end. People explored every nook and cranny of Norath. They formed lasting friendships and rivalries. Even today, EverQuest 2 still has a dedicated fan base. These players remember the golden days of the game, but is it still worth playing in 2025 and 26? Let's dive in and find out. Section 2. Crafting your legend. One of the coolest things about EverQuest 2 is the sheer amount of choice. We're talking 29 classes to pick from. Each one offers a completely different playstyle. Want to be a sword-wielding berserker? You got it. Prefer healing your allies as a Templar? EverQuest 2 lets you live your best fantasy life, and don't even get me started on the races. 26 unique races inhabit Norath. You can be a hulking ogre, a graceful elf, or a cunning Ratonga. Each race comes with its own unique lore and starting area. This level of customization is mind-blowing. You can truly create a character that feels unique. It's one of the things that sets EverQuest 2 apart from other MMOs. The possibilities are endless. But does all this variety still hold up in 2025? Or are we looking at a dated system in need of an overhaul? Let's find out. Section 3, a realm less populated. Let's be real, EverQuest 2 isn't the juggernaut it once was. The days of massive server populations are long gone. Here's a look at some numbers. According to MMO tracking sites, EverQuest 2 has a daily active player base of around 600, with a total player population of approximately 431,000. By comparison, World of Warcraft averages around 1.2 million daily players, and Final Fantasy XIV exceeds 3 million. This steep drop in player numbers is a major factor influencing gameplay, as activities like PvP and raiding are increasingly rare. Compared to giants like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV, EverQuest 2 has a much smaller player base. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. Many MMOs thrive on smaller, dedicated communities, but it does mean you might encounter some challenges. Finding groups for raids or dungeons might take longer. Some servers might even feel like ghost towns. This can be a bit disheartening, especially if you're used to bustling cities and active trade channels. But don't despair. There's still a dedicated community out there keeping EverQuest 2 alive. Let's see if we can find them. Section 4. Finding Fellowship in Norath. While the game's systems are designed to promote group activities, such as the expansive guild halls that allow players to collaborate and share resources, the shrinking community makes these features underutilized. Most players end up focusing on solo content, which, while robust, doesn't fully capture the cooperative magic that MMORPGs are known for. Section 5. The price of adventure. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cost. EverQuest 2 has gone through several business models over the years. One of the biggest barriers for players in 2025 and 2026 is the cost. EverQuest 2 offers a generous free-to-play option, letting you progress up to level 100. However, the game's level cap currently sits at 130, and reaching it requires purchasing expansions or subscribing. The latest expansion, Scars of Destruction, was released in November 2024, adding new zones, quests, and gear, but at a hefty price of $34.99 down. When you buy the latest expansion, you gain access to all previous expansion content, which is great for returning players. However, for active players who purchase expansions as they release, the costs can add up quickly. At roughly $35 per expansion, buying each one as it launches, on top of a monthly subscription if you want the premium experience, makes keeping up with the game an expensive endeavor over time. Section 6, a world ripe for exploration. Maybe you prefer to adventure at your own pace. Well, EverQuest 2 has something for you too. The crafting system is incredibly deep and complex. You can choose from a wide range of professions. Become a master blacksmith, crafting powerful weapons and armor, or try your hand at alchemy, brewing potent potions and elixirs. The crafting system is so intricate that some players dedicate themselves solely to mastering it. And don't forget about exploration. Norath is a massive world, filled with hidden secrets and breathtaking vistas. You could spend hours just wandering around, discovering new areas and completing quests. There's a certain charm to exploring a world at your own pace. And EverQuest 2 offers that in spades. So even if you're not into the social aspects of the game, there's still plenty to keep you entertained. Section 7. A timeless aesthetic. Let's be honest, EverQuest 2 isn't the prettiest MMO out there. It's showing its age. The graphics, while charming in their own way, can't compete with the visual fidelity of modern MMOs. The character models look a bit dated, and the environments, while vast and detailed, lack the graphical polish of newer games. But there's a certain charm to this older aesthetic. It's a nostalgic reminder of a bygone era of MMOs, and honestly, the game still looks pretty good. Especially when you consider how old it is. The art style has aged gracefully and the world is still full of life and colour. So while it might not win any awards for its graphics, EverQuest 2's visuals are still pleasant enough, and they certainly don't detract from the overall experience. Section 8. The verdict. Is there still magic in Norath? So is EverQuest 2 worth playing in 2025 and 26? It's a tough question. On the one hand, you have a game that's rich in history and features. The character customization is unparalleled. The world is massive and full of things to do, and the crafting system is incredibly deep. But on the other hand, you have a shrinking player base, a dated engine, and a subscription model that might be a turn-off for some, and high cost of staying current make it a tough sell for new players or those looking for a thriving community. Unless significant changes are made to attract more players, EverQuest 2 might be best appreciated as a piece of MMORPG history rather than a modern gaming destination. Ultimately, the decision comes down to what you're looking for in an MMO. If you're looking for a cutting-edge experience with a massive community, EverQuest 2 might not be for you. But if you're looking for a game with a rich history, a dedicated community, and a world that you can really get lost in, then EverQuest 2 might just be the perfect fit. It's a game that rewards patience and exploration. It's a game where you can truly make your mark on the world. And it's a game that, despite its age, still has the power to capture your imagination. So go ahead, give it a try. You might just be surprised at what you find.